Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Cody, and today we're going to talk about 10 things that Australian people eat. Because if you want to know the culture, you got to know what they eat. So we're going to go buy a few things at the store, and then it's time for show and tell. But also, people ask what Australian cuisine is, and that is really a hard question because Australia is such a multicultural nation that most of our food is inspired by other cultures. So this may interest you, as some of the foods might be something you've seen similarly in another country. Is that a word? Similarly? Interesting. Let's fucking go! Wait, that wasn't good enough. Let's take two. Take two. Let's fucking go! Now that we've got home, it's time to get down to the best part, trying some of this food. So the number one food that I put on the list is Vegemite, and while you may never have heard about it before, it is an icon in Australia, that is for sure. Most foreigners, I would say, do not like the taste, and for good reason. It tastes weird, but it's delicious. Go figure. The Vegemite is a staple in any... Nailed it. Vegemite on toast is a staple at the breakfast table for any Australian these days. Vegemite is made from vegetables, yeast extract, and some spices. Who knows what goes into it, but it sure is something to put chest on. But it's sure to put some hairs on your chest if you've ever tried it. There are many ways to eat Vegemite other than on toast with lots of butter. And let me tell you, this is not as thick as I would like it. I was kind of running low, so I was like, you know, we'll go easy on it. People eat it much thicker than this, especially the older one. Vegemite can also be eaten on crackers, in pastries, like pastry with cheese and Vegemite. Pierre de resistance. It is even being put with chocolate, which is, you know, one of the strangest combinations I've ever heard of. But it has that sweet and salty factor. It somehow works. But yes, if you come to Australia, make sure you try Vegemite, because that is our number one food for now. Let's go to the next one. Now the next food on our agenda, food number 2 that Australian people eat, is something that you'll typically only try if you go to a kid's party. But it is still a massive part of the culture, and you're definitely going to see it at parties. It is fairy bread. Fairy bread is typically white bread slathered in butter and topped with hundreds and thousands. If you don't know what hundreds and thousands are, they are these little sugary balls of sweetness. Oh! Sound like a rattlesnake when you shake it. Can also be used as an instrument.
Imagine if I went to the nightclub with this.
Anyways, getting sidetracked. Fairy bread is deliciously sweet and crunchy, and kids absolutely froth over it. Definitely a strange combination, but again, it's just something that is in our culture and we love to eat. Oh, it went everywhere. Cut! I'm out of here. I had to clean up all those little sugary balls of deliciousness. So annoying. Anyways, food number 3 on our menu is Tim Tams. Now, I don't know if you've ever thought you've tasted the best biscuit in the world, or so you thought so far, but until you try Tim Tams, you will never have the best biscuit in the world, because they are right here. These ones are double coat, so they are the regular ones, but with an extra coat of chocolate on top. There are many different types of these, like caramel, mint, strawberry, which they always make different ones. This is the OG, this is the best one. Don't try any other ones. This is one. Now, Tim Tam is essentially 2 malt biscuits joined together with a chocolate filling and covered in chocolate. They are an amazing combination of chocolate and biscuit and amazing. Definitely you have to try this if you ever come to Australia. But I'm going to teach you a little trick that I learned when I was a young boy. And you can only do this with Tim Tams. But this next step requires another prop, a cup of coffee. So in order to do what I'm about to do, you need to bite off a corner, opposing corner. Like so. And then you can use the Tim Tams as a straw. You kind of suck the warm drink through the biscuit. It softens up real nice and just becomes a melty, amazing, chocolatey mess. I guarantee you'll never find a better biscuit than a Tim Tam. So try it now. Next! Now the next one, number 4 food that Australian people love and eat is the infamous meat pie. Oh, nearly lost it. In Australia, you can pretty much find a meat pie anywhere. A corner store, a bakery. There's even specialty shops that sell pies. Pies are a beautiful mixture of gravy and meat. And if we have a little reveal, you can see the beautiful goodness inside. Forewarning though, these little pies can be deceivingly hot, so you really want to eat them at a lukewarm kind of temperature. Or, if you're in a hurry, you can always add tomato sauce. Tomato sauce! This little guy. And depending on where you come from, this lives in the fridge or it lives in the pantry. That is completely up to you, my friend. But a meat pie is not complete without tomato sauce. Australians love pies so much, they've even developed a pie to eat while you're driving. It's called the traveller pie. So it kind of comes in this long plastic sleeve, and it's much easier for you to eat on the go, or if you're driving. Because these guys can be pretty messy sometimes. And this one takes all that out of the way. And in Australia there's so many types of meats and there's so many different combinations of pie. Some of my favorite ones are steak, cheese and bacon, butter chicken pie, goat pie, ragu pie, cauliflower and cheese pie, a veggie pot pie. They might not be the best food for you, but they're certainly a staple in this country. It can be a big meal, you can add chips, make it a bigger meal, or just have a little snack, you know? Next! So the next food we have here, food number 5, is the humble Chico roll, which is Australia's own spring roll, or Australia's own version of a spring roll. Oh, it's a bit windy here, so I'm gonna kind of throw this away. Wait, I need that. Let's see what this has in it. Where's the ingredients? The Chico roll. The Chico roll's main ingredients are vegetables, cabbage, carrot, celery, onion, barley, beef, 4% beef, canola oil, and soy protein. And some other mumbo jumbo. That's about it. This is at every single service station you ever go to in Australia, and this is Australia's pride and joy, the Australian spring roll. And it's huge. Kind of looks like a massive...
Dick!
Yeah?
Take a look out of starboard.
Oh my god, it looks like a huge...
Pecker!
Oh, yeah.
We won't say. The only way to complement this is with tomato sauce. You can also add chips, You getting the picture? Or you can add Australia's own chicken salt, which is, you know, also a staple on any seasoning of chips. Chicken salt. You ever heard of it? Probably not. Alright, if you wanted to low down this chicken salt, let's read the ingredients together. We've got sea salt 80%, rice flour, spices, vegetable powders, onion and garlic, natural flavor. You reckon it's natural chicken flavor? Yeast extract. Delicious. That is one of the greatest creations in the whole of mankind. Add that on, bang. Add tomato sauce. I don't really like chicken rolls, but I made it purely for you. It tastes like a vegetable curry inside a doughy batter. Chicken roll, Australian spring roll. Give it a go today. No, I'm trying to tell them about the sponsorship that I have at the moment. I would like to thank the sponsor of this video. Sorry to take up your time, it's just a small ad. The sponsor of this video today for helping this video come into fruition and to happen. The sponsor of this video is... I don't have a sponsor yet, but hopefully it's going to be chicken rolls one day. Let's go, guys. Bang, subscribe. Now when it comes to Australian food, as I said a little bit earlier, it is kind of a mixture of cultures, so it's a little hard to define itself as its own cuisine. But this next one is a pub classic, and you'll find it in so many different varieties, in so many different cities, and so many different places. All a little bit different, all with their secret recipe. This is the chicken Parma. A chicken Parma is a chicken schnitzel cooked till it's crispy, topped with Napoli sauce, which is kind of like a pizza sauce, topped with shredded ham, and then topped with cheese and grilled until melty and warm and delicious. Now the secret to a chicken Parma is the Napoli sauce, because that just makes everything good. You can also use chicken breast, or you can use chicken thigh. Chicken thigh is pretty juicy, pretty delicious. You can also eat it with chips and chicken salt. Are you starting to see a pattern here? Chips, chicken salt, everything. Tomato sauce, yes. Very much part of the culture. Some varieties of chicken Parma can be Mexican chicken Parma, where they use salsa instead of the tomato sauce, and top it with guacamole and nacho chips. Another variety can be, you know, a barbecue sauce, topped with pork instead of ham, and then topped with cheese. The varieties are endless, and chicken Parma is definitely around to stay in the Australian culture. And that is all I have to say on chicken Parma. So our next food we have here is the Australian dim sum. Not to be confused with the Chinese dim sum. Although originally created in Melbourne for a Chinese guy's factory to service and make snacks for people, the dim sum is a staple in Australia, and you'll definitely find this everywhere. It's a little bit different to your normal dumpling. It's long, weird shaped, meat filled. You can get them steamed, you can get them fried, you can cook them on the barbecue even. You can pretty much cook them any other way. I love them steamed. They are probably one of my favorite snacks, if not the favorite snack in the whole world. These are filled with cabbage, pork, beef, spices, traditionally. One time at school, a girl said she found a rat's ear in one. So I'm pretty interested to see if I'm gonna find one today. Let's play a game. Is there a mouse's ear in my dim sum? But first, the only way you can eat these dim sums is with a lovely soy sauce. A little dousing there. Sometimes you can even eat it with chips. Dim sum. If you imagine like an oversized Chinese dumpling with not as much spice, pretty much a heavy meat and cabbage flavor. That is your typical Australian dim sum, and I would eat these for days. I'm gonna need some alone time here. Cuts. Next food on the agenda, and food number 8, is the humble Lamington, which is usually chocolate, but I couldn't find any chocolate ones in the shop, but I'll put a picture just up here of what a chocolate one looks like. It's pretty much exactly the same, except brown. Crazy, right? A Lamington is a sponge cake covered in chocolate and then rolled in coconut. They're actually super delicious, a very lovely treat that Australians make, and it is said to have been made in Brisbane City actually. So it is Brisbane's own dessert. Sometimes you can get them cut in the middle, a little bit of cream there, a little bit of jam. Make sure you try one, or if you get a chance to try one, like, give it a go. Make one, find one, steal one, do bad things for one. Absolutely delicious. The sponge is soft and moist and delicious. Make sure you get them fresh because they need to be like, you know, moist and spongy. And the outside just tops it off and is just an amazing little treat. And that's all I have to say about Lamington. Sorry, that was, I don't know where I was going there. Next! I know I said they're Australian, but can they go with chips? Wait, is that a good combination? Nah, not at all. Alright, I'm just coming in with food number 9, which is the Pavlova. This controversially New Zealand / Australian dessert has the hearts of the nation. And this is said to have been created in New Zealand, but they also say it was created in Australia around the same time. So there is a little bit of a back forth banter about who created it in the first place. But the Pavlova is a egg-based dessert made of meringue and topped with cream, usually kiwi fruit and strawberries, or any fresh fruit really. It's absolutely delicious. It's like eating a little cloud of meringue. Imagine like those little clouds up in the sky, if you just grab one and then eat it, and then don't say put chips on it. You guys made me do this. You made me do this. I don't want to ruin the Pavlova, but is it a good combination or not? That's not bad. It's like when you go to McDonald's and you dip your chips in the ice cream. Bussin'! I would say one of the best desserts that is in the Australia-New Zealand region, and definitely a must try if you haven't heard of it before, or you're new to the country, or you're just visiting. Pavlova, absolutely delicious, and I swear that you won't look back ever again. Next. So I guess we've made it all the way to the end, and do you know what the 10th thing that Australian people eat? Drum roll for suspense. They eat kangaroo! Our national animal. Can you believe that? Kangaroos are great in burgers, stews, pies. You could probably put them in dim sim. Put them in the chico roll, be delicious. Could probably make kangaroo parmas. It's a very lean red meat. Kind of tastes like a lean beef. If you wanted to, you know, associate it with something, that's kind of what it's like. It's delicious. But what other country eats their national animal? I don't know. Anyways, that is my video. That is the end of it. 10 things that Australian people eat. I hope you liked the video. Part 2 will come up soon. Stay cool. Be nice to your mother. Subscribe. And, you know, I'm going to see you soon. Goodbye, my friends.